Buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving headfirst into a real corporate showdown.
Yeah.
This is happening right now in South Korea.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking boardroom battles, surprise stock moves, and even labor unions kind of stirring the pot.
Yeah, they're definitely a part of this.
So all this is going down at Korea Zinc, which...
One of the world's biggest zinc producers.
Exactly.
Really important company. So
It's huge.
Yeah.
So what happens here?
Yeah.
Matters.
Big time. Could affect global metal markets. So
Yeah.
definitely worth a deep dive.
All right, so Korea Zinc, if you're looking it up on your trading platform, it's on the KOSPI. Ticker symbol is 01013.
That's the one.
And for a while now, it's been pretty much under the control of Chairman Choi Yoon-bum.
Right.
But now we've got this alliance moving in, looking to shake things up.
Yep. Looking for a change.
Yeah.
And they might just get it.
All right, so who are we talking about here?
So we got Poong. They're another company also on the KOSPI. Their ticker is 000670. Then we got MBK Partners. They're a private equity firm.
Okay.
And the leader of all this is Kim Byung-ju.
All right, so how are they trying to take control, or at least...
Well, they've been quietly buying up a lot of shares in Korea Zinc.
Okay.
Enough to really challenge Chairman Choi's leadership.
So this all kind of came to a head at a special shareholders meeting.
It did, yeah, big day.
On January 23rd
2025.
of 2025.
It was a day to remember.
But even getting to the meeting
Oh, yeah.
was interesting.
It was an event in itself.
Ooh.
5 hours late.
Yeah, 5 hours late.
Because of protests.
From the Korea Zinc labor union.
Exactly. They were out in force.
And they weren't just there to watch.
No, they wanted some changes.
What were they looking for?
Big ones, like a cumulative voting system.
What does that mean?
So basically, it gives more power to minority shareholders.
Okay.
Lets them concentrate their votes on certain board candidates.
So instead of just getting one vote per share for each seat,
Yeah.
you could pool all your votes and just put them on one person if you wanted to.
Exactly. Makes those votes count more.
Interesting.
And they also wanted the 3% rule.
Okay, what's that?
That limits the voting power of major shareholders when they're appointing an auditor. Specifically in companies with assets over 2 trillion Korean won.
Like Korea Zinc.
Exactly. Levels the playing field a bit.
But it also limits, like, any big shareholder.
It does, yeah.
Whether they're,
Right.
good or bad.
Intentions don't matter, just the size of the stake.
Interesting.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Because right before this meeting, Chairman Choi pulls a surprise move.
All right, what'd he do?
He had Korea Zinc's subsidiary, that's Sun Metal Corporation,
Okay.
or SMC, buy a 10.33% stake in Poong.
Wait, that's the company that's, like, leading the charge against him?
Yep, that's the one.
So now they each have a piece of the other one.
That's exactly it.
That's wild.
Creates what's called a cross-shareholding situation.
Okay.
And that could seriously limit Poong's voting power.
Even with their 25.4% stake in Korea Zinc.
Yep, even with that.
So it's like they're trying to pull each other down.
Exactly, like a tug of war with ropes tied to their ankles.
Wow, so that's like a defensive move from Choi then.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so after all that drama, the meeting finally starts.
Right.
What were the big things they had to vote on?
3 main proposals.
Okay.
First was that cumulative voting system the union wanted.
Okay.
Second was enacting the 3% rule. And third was setting a limit on the number of board directors.
Sounds like a lot riding on those votes.
A lot. And guess what?
What?
All 3 passed.
Really?
Yeah, big win for Chairman Choi.
So even though, like, Poong and MBK Partners together have 46.7%.
Right.
That 3% rule really limits their say in who the auditor is.
Huge impact.
So Choi's 20.4% stake suddenly has a lot more power.
Exactly. Completely changes the balance of power.
Wow, that's a real turnaround.
It is, yeah.
I bet the Poong MBK alliance is not happy.
They are not, let's just say they're not pleased.
What are they saying?
Calling it robbery, straight up.
Oh, wow.
Saying the cross-shareholding rule shouldn't apply here.
Why not?
They argue it's meant for domestic businesses owned by foreign companies,
Sure.
not for a Korean company's subsidiary operating internationally like SMC.
So they're saying Choi's basically using a loophole.
That's their argument, yeah.
And what's Korea Zinc saying?
They see it differently, of course, standing by their actions.
So this is far from over.
Oh, this is just getting started.
What's next then?
Well, Poong MBK are taking legal action.
Okay.
Gonna try to get that cross-shareholding limitation thrown out in court.
So even though Choi won this round, it's not over.
Nope.
There's a whole legal battle ahead.
Exactly. Adds a whole new layer of uncertainty.
So for anybody like watching this story, what does this mean? Like, what does this mean for Korea Zinc's leadership?
Yeah.
Their, strategy going forward?
Tough to say. Really depends on what happens in court.
Yeah.
If Choi's move holds up, he's in a much stronger position.
Yeah.
But if the courts side with the alliance, things could change drastically.
And for investors.
Oh, big risk factor.
Yeah.
This legal battle adds a ton of uncertainty.
Definitely makes you think.
It does.
Like, what does this all mean for Korea Zinc? And for, South Korea in general?
What does this say about their corporate culture?
It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out.
Definitely.
Absolutely. We'll be keeping an eye on this story.
Absolutely. Huge implications, not just for Korea Zinc, but potentially for the global zinc market.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks.
This one's not over.
Not by a long shot.
We'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.